Now I just need to build something. Hello there, my name is Aaron and I like to kitbash things out of old toys and model kits. As you saw in the intro, I have a new toy and please keep your mind out of the gutter. It was an expense, but I think I'll be able to write it off as a pack of pencils. Oh, hang on. I shouldn't have said that, should I? Anyway, it's been used by a lot of those annoying influencers, you know, on TikTok thing and Instagrammy, when they're not shaking their bits to the camera to elevate their boring kitchen windows. And well, it got me thinking how I could use one of these floaty-doty things in my builds. So, I'm going to make another hover car while shaking my booty in the background. So you know what that means. Let's start scratching that build. I start by cutting down 8 tops from some leprechaun juice drinks. Trust me, they really are leprechaun juice drinks. And fit together so it looks like, well, if you squint or look through your left eye while covering your right eye, a jet engine. I'll use some foam board and builder's tape to do something fancy, but with the editing on this video so tight I have to skip over it just to try and play catch up. To hide the seam on the lids, I'm going to use some sticky aluminium or aluminum tape. I want the hover car to look like it was made by an amateur, which is basically how I make all my builds. Hang on, who wrote this script? The cool thing about this tape is you can squish it down, but not too much. I still want it to look homemade. And sadly, because I blew my budget on the floaty-doty machine, it meant I couldn't afford a nice sports car like the one Spider-Math or Maple Leaf Customs suggested. They're both on YouTube, go check them out, links in the description. So I bought this one instead. I think it's a Toyota. I'm not quite sure. A Toyota Roadster. Anyway, let's get it out of the box. So here it is out of the box, that's the thing, and that's my jet propulsion engine that will be replacing the wheels. Actually, to try and recoup some of the budget, if anyone's looking for 4 new tyres for their model kit, drop me a line. Strapping, boys and girls, I'm going to build this car using the instructions. And while I do that, I'll do a quick Michael Bay editing on all this, and I'll throw some shout outs for subscribers who have left funny comments on past videos. And I promise I won't talk about my membership page, as not many people are interested in supporting the channel, which if they had, we'd have been building a BMW Roadster instead. And that the link for the membership page is in the description on YouTube. So where was I? Oh, I'll have a quick candy before I continue. Oh, that's right, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I decided that I'm going to try and paint the body of the car before anything else. Now, most of my viewers will know I've still not cracked the salt chipping effect yet. So I'm going to try and do it on this build. First coat will be a reddish brown, right after I remember to prime the model. Now comes the first coat, which will be the rust colour. Next should have been turquoise oxide. Instead it was tropical turquoise. So pina colada time while I search for my glasses. That's the rust done, and I give it a spray of H2O, or for my younger audience, H2O is water. Not fizzy water, because that was made by the devil himself. No, this is just plain water. Next is the main ingredient, salt. I snuck this from the cupboard as I couldn't find the box of salt that the other half has somewhere. Now I've seen people use sea salt, I've also used it, but it didn't come out very good, so I'm just going to use the fine salt, and I just sprinkle it over liberally, all over the model, don't care where it's going. Because the water is on the model already, the salt will activate with the water and stick to the model. Well, in theory that's what it should do. Hang on, I'm just going to get some more of the salt because I still think it needs some round the edges. Now this could go horribly wrong, ladies and gentlemen, like most of my models go really bad, but you know, there's a first for everything. So look, I get bored and just season to taste really. Now the trick here is to just put it to the side and let it dry. So I'm going to leave this for 24 hours, and while that's happening, let's go on to the code word time. If you got here before skipping, I salute you. Want to leave a comment? Then put this before your comment, so I know you got here before zapping to the glamour shots. And the code word is Pelican. Please also like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Now obviously the car is still drying, so that gave me just enough time to paint some of the other details for the car. Surprisingly, I awoke next morning to find the car dry and still where I'd left it. Oh, side note, if you need a set of wheels for a model car, no? Oh, okay. Anyway, moment of truth time. Top coat is going down, and since I've done a lot of models with red lately, I chose blue. But I had to sneak red in somehow, so I did it on the side panel and boot. And this next bit is going to get messy, and not wanting to use my toothbrush, I grabbed the other halves as she was out, and I'd cleaned the brush up way before she came back. I dipped it into water and began, without sounding rude, to rub. And this took some time. A lot of time. With sweaty fingers, I held it up to the light and... oh my gosh. It's actually working. So I feverishly went back and started rubbing everywhere else. And this is how it looks. Which I'm kind of astonished, because chipping has never been... it's kind of been my nemesis. Nemesis? Well, you know what I mean. So anyway, I just continued to use the brush and just rub away, without sounding rude again, at the paintwork. Leaving the shell to dry, I got to assembling the rest of the car together. With what is a first for me, I decided to paint all the bits that I knew I was going to put in the car on the sprues. That way I wouldn't lose it, because you'd be stupid if you lost a sprue, wouldn't you? Hang on now, where did I put that spare sprue? In my defence, the sprue I was looking for was in fact clear and not coloured, and therefore it was hard to find. Anyway, I'm just marking out the windshield, because I'm just going to scuff it up, but then I balls it up basically, so I just scuff up all the windows instead. Once everything is where it should be, I then struggle for a good 5 minutes to try and get the bottom bit into the top bit. This vehicle came with two options, hard top or soft top, so I'm just going to put the soft top fixtures in right now. I've simply had no inquiries about the wheels for this car, so I've made an executive decision, and I'll use the plastic alloy wheels for my propulsion jets. Look, it's your loss, not mine. There's a reason I didn't accept your €3 plus a wet kipper as payment. To attach the jets to the car, I'm going to use some armature wire, cut it down into lengths, and then I can just pokey through into the car. Using the armature wire means that I could move the jets around to whatever position I wanted. Now that was complete, it was on to another model kit, this time a train, where I harvested bits and bobs from that kit for the outside detailing of my car. I used some thin copper wire, threaded it through the kit pieces so it looked like something was being powered by something else. Oh look, send an email to Spidermuff, who's the electrical whiz kid. He'll tell you what I'm doing. Once all the fiddly wire was done, then I just started adding bits and pieces from the locomotive train onto my hover car. Unlike my last hover car build, This time I sort of kind of planned where I was putting the pieces, just because I wanted it to look more like it was an actual hover car made by somebody in his garage who just happened to have a locomotive train sat next to his car. Yeah, maybe I spent too long thinking about it. So once all the detailing was done, it was on with the jetpacks, and then I just did a little bit of tweaking with some washes and some powders. So while that plays in the background, all that's left for me to say is it's the glamour shots are next. So you best grab snacks and a bloody drink, because I'm going to milk the glamour shots. I have to justify the budget expense somehow. Forget what I said about the pencils being a tax write-off. See me twerk my booty over on my OnlyFans page. Thank you for all your support. I still have 4 brand new tyres if anyone is interested. Keep scratching that build, everybody. Thanks for watching.